Hail, Rathima. As you can see, Lord Fossil yet lives. We must try to reason with the Inquisitor, but if his guard judges a threat, we must be able to prepare to defend ourselves. Racine, Charlemagne François de Hallen. You stand accused of heresy against the Holy See of Ishgard. Is there aught you wish to say in your defense? Hear me, brothers. These charges are false. The men and women of my line have ever opposed the Javanians, and I am no different. Since the very birth of our nation, we gladly shed our blood in the service of the Holy See. Condemning you will strike a blow for the enemies of Ishgard. It is for Haloni to judge if you speak the truth. Prove your innocence in the eyes of God and men. Leap from the cliff and entrust your fate to the Fury. The righteous shall take their place in Haloni's halls, while the wicked shall reveal the dragon forms and be put to the sword. In the name of Hosfort, I beseech you, stay your hand. Inquisitor, we have come on behalf of Lord Horsefall. My lord has uncovered evidence which suggests the charges against Lord Farsala are without merit. We humbly request that these proceedings be suspended until such a time as full re-examination of the facts has been conducted. Lord Horsefall has allowed his personal relationship with the accused to cloud his judgment. That he should have private doubts I might have allowed, but that he would dare interfere in a legal proceeding sanctioned by the Holy See, I cannot. To defy the will of Inquisitors to commit heresy, a crime for which there is but one punishment. We must hold them off and hold them until the Lord Hoshfall arrives. And remember, no harm can come to the Inquisitor. Look, Lord Hoshefall has come. In the name of House Fortin, I demand you lay down your arms. By this deed, you disgrace your line, Lord Hoshefall. Ishgard scum! Today you shall answer for your crimes. A wife? There are no reports of Javanian activity. You would call upon your allies to save you. Alas, your treachery is laid bare. This will not be forgotten. It is not our intention to defy the will of the Archbishop. But this trial, like many others, I fear, have been orchestrated by the enemies of House Hallinard. They have used you and your fellows to sow discord, Inquisitor, to set brother against brother, that we may tear ourselves apart. The fevered imaginings of a desperate man. What proof do you have of this? By the Fury, a draconian rosary. The night he refused to yield, it was he who summoned the Wyvern. A heretic in the ranks of the Temple Knights. This has grave implications. Your claims would appear to have merit, Lord Hoshefall. I shall withdraw my charges against Lord Frostcell pending further investigation. I trust you have not lost sight of which first brought you to Kurthis, Rathima. Pray locate your errant airship and use it. Lord Hoshafal, I have not the words to express my gratitude, but why would you risk your reputation to save mine? Because I know you, boy. You're too loyal to betray Ishgard and too devout to question your sentence. Had we been any slower, you'd have jumped of your own free will. I would have done whatever it took to redeem House Hallenhard. Praise Hellonia did not come to that, but it profits us little to dwell on what might have been. Let us quit this place, Rathima. Pray visit me at Cramped Dragonhead once you have recuperated. Lost your way. If it's the other side of the gorge you seek, go through this cavern. Walk along the cliff wall if you wish to climb out. Gosh, curious how life and death can hang in one small thing, a glancing light that catches the eye. Secrets to long life strangers, so keep your eyes open. That's what I thought. I thought I could access it from the gorge. There it is. That's what I was looking for. Hey, that's... Okay. Adventurer, did you find what my heart seeks? There they are. I was telling you to see them again after all that has passed. Thank you for finding so many. I thought mayhap there would be one missing. But Tenchi did as it has it. I believe it, and so this rosary binds us together. Was he a believer? His faith was not the conflagration of that the other men set out the house of the heart. Yet, I do not know and never shall. I sought to mislay all memory of him, but he was my great friend as well as my betrothed. A lady of Ishgard does not deny a friend, even if the ways of the world would have us deny our own fathers and husbands. So I shall never forget Matajnia. Thanks, the Fury. You're safe. Thought my revenge had been the death of you. But you say it's the monster that's dead. Thank you, Cat. Would you look at that? You found his rosary. As right as the day as his father put it around his neck. They say Mithril never loses its luster. Don't like life, eh? Fall to the dragon, go to heaven. Fall to Ardos, who go gives to hells. That's the Ishgard way. He was a scout and a good one, I'm told, but he died a fool's death, and fools deserve no justice. They found him and left his things where they lay. Left him where he lay, his old comrades. But you didn't, did you? You picked this up and brought it to me. Good-hearted, noble soul. To keep your promise and do the kind thing unbidden. You're the justice I sought, adventurer, and now I may live out my days in peace. Back so soon and with full success. Those bugs never knew what struck them, I'll wager. By Helene, it's good to have something go well. Forgive my outburst. It's been a difficult week. Moon. Some longer span of time. Like a siege, though none exists, and a man cannot live in a constant state of unhappy strain. The success he conveyed back to me means a great deal. Look well with you. May I say what a pleasure it was to fight alongside such a fearless and skillful warrior. Were it not for you, Lord Francel would surely have died defending the honor of his house, and I will have perished at the hands of a heretic and his wife. House Forton and House Halliard shall never forgive your service. Now, let us return to the matter of your missing enterprise. The man with knowledge of the enterprise awaits you outside. Pray his information proves you useful. How quickly the commoners' opinions change. They say Lord Francel is innocent now, but just a few days prior. Anyway, you're inquiring about his whereabouts as an airship. Last thing incurred this several days before the calamity, yes? Well, it so happens I was monitoring the night sky at the observatorium during that period. I recall a small vessel came over from the direction of Gerdani and landed near the stone vigil in the far northwest. The garrison almost certainly seized the vessel and brought it under the walls. If so, you would need an army of knights to have any hope of securing it. Though Lord Harshafal is on occasions quite fond of you, so perhaps he can lend you a few. In any case, I've done my part. I shall pray for your success, friend. Oh, so you at last located the Enterprise. I believe congratulations are in order. Stone Vigil. Perhaps I spoke too soon. The outpost has been held by dragons for years, and all access is restricted by decree of House Durandar. I shall write a letter to Lord Durandar of Wyvern Front and request that he grant you permission to enter. That said, I fear my influence alone will not suffice, so I suggest you request Lord Francel to do the same. Now that your business at Camp Dragonhead is concluded, I suspect we may not meet again for some time. I wish you well in your journeys, Rathima. May Halone guide you. Moment, if you will. You are the adventurer who cleared out Lord Francel's good name, are you not? Allow me to thank you. His lordship is House Halliard, you see, and unjust as it is, he was born under a waning moon. Yet, what was thin must eventually grow fat again. I would like to thank Lord Harshafal as well, but I should not like to be seen as carrying favor from either myself or my house. I would present him with a gift under your name, if you are amenable. I've selected a bottle of nectar for his lordship. Will you collect it from the wine cellar downstairs and deliver it to McGistill in the kitchen? The wine cellar is called Emmanuel, and the bill has been settled. Rathima Wol. You must be rising in the world to have the custom of the most famous adventurer in these parts. How may I serve? Sir Errol sent you. Of course, here's the bottle she ordered, and a fine choice if I may say so. This nectar was mixed with the blessed water of the Weeping Saint, sweet and iceless even in deep winter. There was no mean feat procuring such a choice liquor with the road snowbound, but I aim to please. I venture you're shivering. A warming drink may cure what ails you. Fishing. No. Well, if it isn't Rathima Wol. Everyone's talking about you, you know. Looking for a place to hide. Sweet goddess. Danifan's joy. I haven't seen one of these upon the sideboard for a good many moons. This is too rich for your purse, I'd wager, so it must be from Aurel? Guessed well, did I not? My house is the fish guarder descended from the heroes who stood with the Haldrath, the first Azure Dragoon. They're like brothers, Lord Harshafana says. They bicker ceaselessly, but they must remember to hold fast to one another when the safety of Ishgard is at stake. Thank you for delivering this and severing Sir Aurel's decoy. Lord Harshafana has been quite deprived of his servant indulgence since the cold grew so ferocious. Wonderful to see you again, Rathima. Is there anything I can do to repair your name? You name it. So the airship you seek is likely inside Stone Vigil. Shames me to say that it too was once an outpost held by House Alenhard. In the chaos that followed the calamity, the prevailing horses caught us unawares. The fiends have held the outpost ever since. So we lack the strength of arms to retake the Stone Vigil. House Durandaro has instead been charged with the duty. Given that, I doubt my words will carry much weight with Lord Drumo. Nevertheless, I shall write you a letter. Before you depart, a word of caution. The cravens who attempted to destroy House Alenhard has yet to be unmasked. Though their plans are foiled, they will doubtless still harbor great hatred towards us, and towards you now as well. Start an audience with Lord Dream, do you? Ha! I desire a night in a warm bed with my wife. I wish he won't make it so. What do you have here? Letters for Lord Hoshafon Francois. Likely. Oh, you're serious. What to do? What to do? Jamie could not have been worse, traveler. Lord Duremo's attentions are focused solely on the stone vigil at the moment, at present. In any case, it's not my responsibility to escort visitors. Take your letters and show them to Sarah Boss. Yes, Sarah Boss can surely accommodate you. Seek her in the storeroom on the opposite side of the yard. Well met, adventurer. I dare eventually see you in the guild leave. My since apologies. 'Twas presumptuous to assume you were an adventurer. I mean, how could I possibly know at a glance? That's an off chance you are an adventurer. I'm a wide assortment of contracts I need to be doing. There's however one catch. You must, according to the official protocol, ask you that you're taking trial guild leave. Once you completed the trial, you will be eligible to receive any leaves I have to offer. Gradually, the roads to White Rim front grow more dangerous every day. If these attacks are to continue unabated, it would be disastrous for the local economy. He asked not only that you do your part to cull dangerous beasts in the region. I do not think you're incapable of this task, but be warned. Leave nothing rotting behind. Leaving behind rotting corpses likely attract other creatures eager to feed. Congratulations on a job well done. Here's your payment. Moments like this, they make it all seem worthwhile, do they not? Should you see fit to undertake another leave, you may avail yourself of your services, of my services at will. Time is a resource we can ill afford to squander. We must gain interest in the stone vigil without further delay. Sir Brandineers begged you speak with me, did he? I do not know why he presumed I would be in a better position to help, but I assure you he is mistaken. Lord Dremel hasn't the time to spend speaking with lower-ranking knights such as I. However, he always has a moment to spare for the head carriage in Astidium. Why not visit the infirmary upstairs and show your letters to him? The enterprise is indeed within stone vigil. We must convince Lord Durham to cooperate. You're here to visit a patient, madam. What is this? Letters of introduction for House Forton, Allier. Documents such as these, you shouldn't need seek an escort. Pray proceed to the barracks and speak with Sir Gordon. You should know Lord Durham's current whereabouts. What reasons do you have for barging into? Oh, I see. Well, your luck. Lord Dremel is just up the stairs. Let us know, though I would not expect much. House Durandare as a whole does not hold adventurers in high regard. It best set your intentions quickly and succinctly. Show proper respect and you shall be retired and kind. Sir Gordon permitted you passage. Very well, speak. You wish to brave a ruined outpost full of skeleton to secure an airship that may or may not be there. Are you the avatar of the Fury herself? We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, Lord Dremel. You know our name, you know our deeds. We have come to Kurthus to slay Garuda, Lady of the Vortex. To that end, we seek the Enterprise, the airship of Master Sid Nangarland, who stands before you now. Master Garland, you're alive, but that's impossible. Indeed it is, my lord. Do not be deceived by their honeyed words. These foreigners are not to be trusted. At this critical moment in Ishgardian history, the House Durandare marshals its forces to retake the stone vigil, who should appear in white brimfump but the three mysterious strangers. Sid Garland, menacing and presumed dead since before the calamity, and two Scions of the Seventh Dawn, defunct band of misfits who were recently exterminated by the Empire. The lesser houses may have been duped by these grandiose lies, but I should hope that Lord House Durandare would have greater sense. I know not why these three seek the stone vigil, but I know we cannot permit them to pass. Thank you for your counsel, Inquisitor. For a moment I nearly believed this mummer's farce. You three will not enter the outpost until we have reclaimed it, until you have declared your true intentions as well. It could be moons before House Durandare purges the dragons from the stone vigil. We cannot afford to wait that long. Sid, Rathima, we must do whatever it takes to learn Lord Drumel's trust. Understood? Adventure. I hear some of my brother knights have made you of a drudge. Fie, by the Fury, set your sights higher. I have a gallant for your gallant mission. Say the Dravinian outwatches that trammel our steps. They're as dogs, cherishing the Dravinians in the wordless forest of their minds. Everything thought a fairy ring that vanishes by nightfall. brandish these dragon scales when the outwatches are near, and they will come. We have a rat problem. Nothing's done about it now. We shall soon have a supply problem with the plague problem. They're no more content with the kitchen than the potboy is, and we have a run of the outpost. They feed off our scraps. Unwanted guests at a meager feast. See if you can have a good look around and rouse up a few to slay. You're the last responsible for that combination upstairs. Aye, word travels fast in the White Brim front. I gather you still wish to change Lord Juhamol's mind. If there's one thing I've learned about the man in my time here, it's that he listens and respects the opinions of those under his command. When over the barracks, he's sure to take notice. How, you ask? Well, that's easy. So the poor souls a decent fare for a change. The last few supply shipments contain no meat whatsoever, and the knights are rightfully beginning to complain. I'm thinking we could prepare them as steaks using mud puppy tail meat. Told me quality meat. Choose would be a dime sight better than nothing. If your mind and land ahead, why not avoid a looking mud puppy in Duncan Height Pass? Take this bottle of vinegar. Local says it weakens the mud puppies are clogging the mucus glands, drying the skin. What if I may, adventurer? Much as it pains me to say this, I must go. Go to the gates of judgment to deliver this petition to Sir Marcelin. Tell him we need reinforcements. The common folk are toil worn from the constant skirmishes with the dragons, and the mood grows dark in the front. We teeter on the knife edge and will surely fall. Oh, adventure. Claim your time in the name of the Holy See. Search the body downstairs for personal effects and deliver it to the lot to the gates of judgment. He was a heretic in life, you need not be gentle. Usually we leave the carcasses for the crows, but as you well know, there has been some trouble of late, and now we're told to rifle through these lousy pockets. Low work as it is, and I leave you to it. You'll find naught but nits, I warrant. Move it. Do you see? Do you see the great dragons? Dravenus Mundi has risen. Bend the knee, bondswoman, before righteous conquerors. They sent you, I know. Slave or servant, those are the choices, so many voices. Shh. Just make an offering. Quickly, bondswoman, tell the slave Fair did I to send a fatted calf. Well, he wants another sacrifice, eh? Crazy, unbelieving son of a troll. He won't shut up until he gets when he gets in this state. Makes these dungeons a living hell. Believe you me. Here, just give him a dead rat. I'll keep him quiet for a bit. He does these rituals, you know. Fair turns his stomach, but everything will hold peace. Bondswoman, I see the thrall Fair has prepared us for us the fatted calf. The dragon lords will be most pleased. Get over home. Innocent. Shh, my moo cow. Don't tell them you're innocent. It's worse that way. Oh, Dravenus Mundi, accept this offering and let me be reborn in flames. Pine pitch, pig's fat, dry brush, rock oil. Don't forget hair. Hair burns, but a little bronze rattle that he loved so well. That only melts. That only melts. Finally, some peace. I tell you, some of these event believers seem normal enough at first, but when they show the true face after our Inquisitors get to work on them. Best not to concern with them that's in the dungeons, eh? Good will. Let's fear the vermin to get at our larder. They remain too numerous, however. There must be a large nest somewhere down below. Kill their king rat and the common rats will lose heart. It's something both me and the dragons know well. Track the rats as well as I can, and they'll just slip it outside as often or not. There must be an opening that leads to the nest, somewhere outside the stronghold. Must be upstairs. Ah, the poor soul. She has a betrothed, and yet she will die without hearing his voice speak the words of passing. He deserted, you see, on the eve of the battle with dragons. You know, languages in the dungeons. I cannot give her more time. Not with such medicines as I possess, at any rate. At the very least, take the word of her to her love, Lawrence, that he may say such prayers as he is able. Like an adventure along with the man whose purse is empty, name besmirched. What? The words of passing? No, they said she was on the mend. If you have ever loved, hear me. There's something hid in the forest southeast of here. You shall know it by the sign. Take it to her Kyrigum, I beg you. Take your business. Ah, the leavings of unbelievers. Most excellent. You have served with honor. Let us hope that there is to be found here a clue. Long have I hated unbelievers, but no more. For they too serve the Fury, not in life, then in death. But Ruth has Halone to grant them such a chance. Brother Knight has recently explained your kind to me. As a sellsword lacks honor, so does an adventurer lack discernment. No task is too menial, no cause is worthy enough. I have need of one such as you. And the boundless depravity, the Dravenians have lashed out against these gates of judgment. Pawing the rubble would do more than any true Ishgardian would be more than any true Ishgardian could bear. Yet removed it must be. This shall be your task. Adventure. Atlas ill becomes a woman so hale. Go, slay us 5 battlers that nest in these parts. The crusade consumes the night with his guard body and soul. To you shall go such moils as we cannot stoop to, but at which you have enjoyed some success, if the tales be true. Presence is part of Halone's plan for us. The Fury be praised. What business have you here? Speak quickly. Request for what? From Wyvern Front? Where are they? Cravens and fools. Tell Jean Tomol to take that knife edge and cut the throats of every knight who professes himself too tired to do his holy duty. Hang any peasant who dares plane over his singed pigs. Begone, ill messenger. Wyvern Front will be fortunate if I do not reduce the allotment of supplies for this outrage. I'll do that one. You have served well, Venture. The battlers will eat heartily out of the bounty of the Sea of Clouds, and this we cannot allow. The fish of that sublime sea belong to the noble knights of the Crusade, not to lowly birds and beasts. The Fury has given us dominion of all creatures of this land, and the Dravinians too will understand this truth. They have served well enough, although I fear the state of these gates still disquieting. You should have seen them as they were, Adventurer, not battered and wounded as they are now. The Dravinians are set on breaking my heart. My faith, I meant to say, with their souls. They must quit this world. You look eager to serve, Adventure. Do not deny it. The fire in your eyes betrays you. There is something you can do. Slay the chinchillas that dwell near the land at hand and reap their fat. How many beasts? I see the task excites you. 4 of the goodly size will do. Now, be as my Tyrcel and hunt the chinchillas thither. That will be later. Ah, the chisel of the temple. Have you bring what you what I bid you bring? This is most excellent fat and well pulled. So you have some skill at dressing beasts. Once rendered, we shall be fortified into a frostbite palm for the our chocobos. Along among beasts, the chocobos are to be honored. For every knight of Ishgard has perished in the crusade, as many of the noble birds have died. None who witness a chocobo eat its end can fail to be moved. Ah, the poor soul, she still breathes, but venture, does he pray for herself? And Alchemeg concoction, as costly as it hard to obtain, says 'twas hidden in the forest. Bottles the truth of Dolores' desertion. He ran that he might find it for her. And when he knew it was to be captured, took great pains to hide it, knowing that his pursuers would have simply destroyed it as a treasure refuse. I cannot thank you enough for keeping faith for him. Now if you'll pardon me, I have a patient to save. That's the end of the king, is it? Well struck. We'll see less of the little foul things I expect. That said, did they not say your fair home city that rats are banned a singing ship? Perhaps I should more rightly take as a good omen that the rats deign to stay in White Brim. It didn't work, did it? I thought it was a good idea. Oh dear, remind me never to wander near white puppy spawning grounds without a bottle of vinegar. Any road, this should only take a moment. I'll just need to do this. And this. And voila! Have you seen a man cook steaks that fast, have you? Here, take these 3 and distribute them to the hungry knights here and up above. You the last. Don't think I didn't see you and the conspiring together. Let me make myself perfectly clear. If you wish to buy my troth as a steak, it would be my pleasure to oblige you. Yes, I feel invigorated, refreshed, as if the strength of 10 men and the wits besides. I should have no trouble concocting a new reason to refrain from essential duty. We ought to at least have a hearty meal before we march off to die in this godforsaken waste. Is that fresh cooked steak? Hallone's blessing be upon you, friend. My puppy meat or not, it is the most delicious food I've had in a fortnight. Ever must we train to maintain our skill arms, yet we never receive proper sustenance? You are God, said my friend. Too few appreciate that House Durandar must do more than its fair share for the sake of Ishgard. Feels wonderful to see everyone in such high spirits, eh? Amazing what good mood can do for the morale. I've forgotten about the hard-working Karugans in the infirmary, so rarely they take the meals here in the hall. I'm taking this steak to Sonoda. She's not doubtless preoccupied with the health of her patients, so she's neglected to tend to her own. Beg your pardon, madam, but I'm paying attention to this man. I will be with you in a moment. Is that... Come to think of it, it's been quite a while since the last date. Suppose it wouldn't hurt to have a nibble. Oh my, this is fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll eat the rest right away. Might have a word with you, Rathima. Concerns the Carosians. After speaking with them earlier, I learned that they lack sufficient alembics for their needs, you see. So I used some of the broken equipment to craft some more advanced alembic, both as a gesture of goodwill, as a means to help me recover my memory, since we're working with hands to kindle some familiar feelings. All it requires to complete this device is a core of 3 ice sprites. They're commonly used to reduce temperatures of alchemical mixtures, as a way to alter their properties so they draw the cold within and then radiate without. Sounds ridiculous to you, impossible even, yet somehow I know it'll work. Dragon maidens are dead. Now do you feel like a woman grown, with honor attacked? Know that you remove one of the obstacles to retaking the stone vigil. How would like the Dravinians to send their mindless servants to do their dirty work? We have the advantage over them, for all who serve Ishgard do so free, proud, and clear of thought. Have you obtained the cores? If so, please show them to me. What an amazing device! But is it truly an alembic, sir? I've never seen its kind like before. I too am sure what to make of this machine. While it's certainly impressive, I have no idea how to make use of it. Nevertheless, if it's as effective as he claims, it would be a great boon to the infirmary. Think of the medicines we could create, the lives we could save. Even so, I wonder, Where thee the kindly stranger, bearer of gifts wondrous and strange, for his generosity comes at a cost. The earnest efforts to about means to a yet unknown end. Moreover, you should be wary with associating with the individuals who had interfered with the questions of a suspected heretic. They did what? Bless you, Inquisitor, for coming along when you did. We almost succumbed to the temptation proffered by these unbelievers. Why does that man detest us so? Is it all because we interrupted Lord Falstaff's trial? Whatever his reasons, he clearly means to oppose us at every turn. Before we can persuade Lord Dremel to help us, it seems we must convince Inquisitor Guillaume that we're not his enemy. But just how we might go about doing that? We know little and less about the good Inquisitor, despite him being such a prominent figure here in Curthis. Perhaps if we could learn more by speaking to the people of Reborn front. Share your findings with Alphino in the square. I'm sure you can formulate a strategy from there. Inquisitor Guillaume, yes, of course I know of him. Unless I've not seen him since the day he came to Reborn front several moons ago. My memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall a blizzard nearly buried us in the snow that day, and I had the ill fortune of being inside into the night's watch. While the stronghold slept, we walked the walls and patrolled the exterior darkness of blackest pitch. My route took me outside the eastern gate at one point, where I caught sight of a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city. Thinking it was a wayward traveler, I cried out, gave chase, but slipped and took a terrible fall. When I woke, it was days later in this very bed, where I lay recuperating from my injuries ever since. I tried to rescue him, and in the end, Inquisitor Guillaume rescued me, carrying my unconscious body to the gates. I owe my life, madam, and I owe one day to hope to repay his kindness. Inquisitor Guillaume, I have informed you speak, unbeliever. You have learned your deeds at Witch Drop. I will not be party to whatever dastardly schemes you have hatched against the Inquisitor. Away with you. Good Inquisitors Guillaume will gaze, impressed at all numbers of heretics and unmasked and brought to justice. They say he goes those days without sleep, so great is his devotion. Blessed are we to have such goodly, righteous man to protect us. Holy See has decreed that the Inquisitors are arbiters of hell on his will. They are to be afforded every courtesy and the utmost respect. In case if you hadn't noticed, my attire is ill-suited to this climate. I realized it soon after our arrival, but paid no mind as I'd hoped we might find the Enterprise far faster. Indeed, instead we've wasted far too much time meddling in local affairs. Never mind. Our journey's almost on an end. All that remains is to deal with this irksome Inquisitor. Sid tells me that you've been busy making inquiries, yes? It comes as no surprise that he had held high regard. Even so, I'm beginning to suspect he has other reasons for hindering us now. Let us more closely review the testimonies you've obtained, Rathima. Mayhap they may provide an insight into Inquisitor Guillaume's motivations. Something troubles me about the Wounded Knight's account. He claims he fell chasing a figure in the darkness that he saw outside the eastern gate. Yes, but the main road leads to the southwestern gate. Since we arrived at Reborn front, I've seen no travelers by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which implied the city Inquisitor came from the north of the eastern gate, not south. They cannot be so. The way lies not but a deep chasm. Certainly Sir Jolal is not remaining. Here's my remembering. The Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. I'm happy we're tasting his chest over side that and his mystery. Found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me waiting in suspense. Let's see it. Give me the conscience of cyclical. I believe you just made the conscience the real Inquisitor Guillaume. Newly come to Kurthus and murdered on the day of his arrival. Yes, it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity, for even if he were to behave oddly, we would dare question the wisdom of papal appointment. Still, while this is uncontrollable truth is the Inquisitor's impostor, we must have yet to discern his true identity, or why has he decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly with him. I prefer to learn that his deception has been discovered. Since Lord Reborn has already been turned against us, I fear this is cyclical enough will not serve to convince him of our claims. But when my persuaded man to so quickly disregard the endorsement of 2 high houses? The cook did say that the Lord listens to him too and respects the opinion of his knights. A certain knight were to provide testimony that supports our claim. Yes, mayhaps that's the only way left to us. Confront Sergeant Lyle with the evidence you discovered and see if it helps him recall the truth of the night. As a man of faith, he might find it difficult to cope with such a horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the Enterprise. Oh, you've returned. Is there something else you wanted to ask? The Inquisitor's imposter. Don't be preposterous. That could not possibly be true. He's a paragon of virtue, dedicated servant to the Fury. You have me believe this is all a lie. If certainly your ludicrous story is true, then go speak to Sarah Pernille. She was at the Eastern Gate that night. She helped me and the Inquisitor carry me here. I will never speak against the man who saved my life. You! I do not believe I know you, madam. Pray move along and trouble you no more. Are you in the habit of handing valued documents to strangers? Why would you tell me such a dreadful thing? I know not of it all. Not at all. You know, don't you? Fury begged me. I prayed this day would come. When Sergio gave chase, I followed close behind. He didn't fall. One of those Javanian abominations lashed out at him, nearly killed him right then and there. Drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy. But what came through the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family, secrets I'd never told another. He said if I kept his confidence, Sergio I would be spared. But if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer unimaginable horrors before they died. When I last agreed to his terms, the man came forward. His robes marked him as an inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together we carried Sergio to the infirmary, and on his first night in the weapon front, Inquisitor Guillaume was heralded as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of girl moral standing seized while was in possession of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Dromov, wanted to put an end to this madness, but then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats, so I did nothing. Until Lord Fassal was accused. Some time ago, I followed the Inquisitor and found that he kept draconian rosaries in a chest hidden in the southeast of weapon front. So I took several from the chest and planted them in shipments bound from Skyfire locks, as I hoped they would discover and consider evidence of a conspiracy against House Hallinard, thus exonerating Lord Fassal casting down on the other recent trials. And that is the entire truth, I swear. Alone, forgive me for not acting sooner. Why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you the access to the stone vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. There had been a very good explanation for why you're carrying these rosaries. And where did you find this papal encyclical? Fury, take me. The Inquisitor's a heretic? Never have I heard such an unbelievable tale. With this evidence in your testimony could have no other explanation. I have misjudged you and your friends, Rathima, and for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first I must needs beg your assistance. Help me, my knights, put in this infernal impostor to the justice. That thrice-damned heretic has murdered countless civilian innocents and made mockery of our laws. Hell's taken him and his Dravinian allies. I am told that he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment on yet another poor soul who has branded a heretic. If we hurry, may we still time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength, Rathima. Together let us put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all. pests. Fine.